Greetings from the Jazz Cloud. I'm Richie Zellon, and in this video I want to teach you a standard everybody should recognize, even if they're not into jazz. And of course you already know I'm referring to Over the Rainbow from the 1939 classic film, The Wizard of Oz. So next let me play the entire arrangement for you, and be sure to stick with me because after that I will break it down into small segments and play it real slow with the notation on screen so that you can learn it. Here it goes. Welcome back to the Jazz Guitar channel. Before I proceed to teach you the arrangement, please be aware that you can download a special package from my website, that is jazzguitarrichiezellon.com, containing a PDF with regular notation and detailed tab, an MP3 of me playing the arrangement, a band in a box file, and a MIDI file. And these last two, if you have the software, will enable you to loop and slow down any section and make it much, much easier to learn. And I will put a link as usual in the info section down below for those interested. So let's get started. And we're starting right at the top at the intro with this E2. Some people ask me why it's called an E2 and not an E9. Well, it would be an E9 if the chord had a seventh in it, but because there's no seventh, it's called an E2. Some people call it an E sus2. I just simply call it an E2. This first chord requires a little bit of a stretch here from your index and your pinky, and some people have a hard time with it. If you can't do it, just play a regular E. But the original arrangement that I wrote goes like this. So if you can't play the stretch, just play an E. And we're ready to move on to letter A. So we start out with the first and sixth strings open. We go up here, ready to play the 12th fret. One more time. measure number 6. One more time, the second measure of A. This is a C sharp minor, and some people can press down and bar on the 9th fret here, but I find it a lot more accurate if I can use a separate finger for each note. So that's an E7 sus4, which leads us to the third measure of A, measure number 7, and measure number 8. Okay, let me play those first 4 measures. And we're on to measure number 9. Number 9, number 9. One more time. Measure number 10. Measure number 11. Measure number 11, this final chord here, which is the B7 flat 9 with a 13, sometimes I like to play it with an open B string, like this. So, it's a little bit dissonant, but I like it. And then it goes back to the first 2 measures of the intro. Back to the top of A. The second time around, it goes to the second ending, of course, which is measure number 14, and it goes like this. And that's the pickup for letter B, which starts on measure 15, and it's like this. Measure 17. So I just played you measures 17 and 18. And let me point out that the second half of measure 17, the E7, some of you might have trouble stretching like this, so the alternate way would be, there isn't much of a difference except that here every note is being held, and here we have to get rid of that third, the F sharp, the third of E, to play the open B. Okay, let's move on to measure number 19, but I'm going to start with the pickup from measure 18, which is that B, which goes back to very similar to the beginning of B, only that now it has a descending walking bass. So have this diminished 7th chord in measure 20. So let me play measures 19 and 20 again. And we're on to measure 21, which is a G minor 7 to a C sharp 7 flat 9. And another 2/5. That's the B9. So measures 21 and 22. That's a turnaround, which takes us to letter C. And we start with this A sharp minor 7 flat 5. And everything from here on is just like letter A. Coda, retard, and now we have this E6/9 sharp 11. I hit the open 6th string, and what a gorgeous tune. So there you have it. As usual, I welcome your likes, comments, and any questions you may have. And if this is your first time on the Jazz Guitar channel and you enjoyed this lesson, please subscribe and don't forget to click on the bell icon so you will be notified of my upcoming lessons. Peace be with you, and I'll see you in the